Today we have true story about a friendship of a fisherman and a penguin who became friends. A true friendship between human and animal. It sounded too gentle to be real, but the more we listened, the more it felt like one of those quiet truths that don't demand belief. They simply exist. This story begins with a small Brazilian village where lived an old fisherman named João. He had spent most of his life working alone, following the same routines every day. He woke early, then drank tea and ate his food, and then prepared his tools, and returned home tired but steady. Life had taught him patience, not happiness, but not bitterness either. One afternoon, while working near the beach, João noticed something dark and motionless. At first, he ignored it, but then it moved. Slowly, painfully. When he reached closer, he saw it was a penguin, covered in oil, barely able to stand. Its eyes held no fear, only exhaustion. João didn't think. He acted. He carried the penguin home and spent days cleaning it, feeding it, and watching over it. The bird slowly recovered. It began to walk around the house, observing everything with curiosity. It followed João from room to room, stopped when he stopped, and waited when he waited. João named him Dindim, a small name for something that was becoming unexpectedly important. When Dindim grew strong again, João released him. He watched the penguin leave, without knowing why his chest felt heavy. Time passed. One day, while João repaired his nets outside his home, he heard a familiar sound. He turned and saw Dindim approaching him, calling out, moving clumsily but confidently. The penguin had come back. From that day on, their bond became visible to anyone who cared to look. Dindim waited for João every morning. When João sat down to work, Dindim sat beside him. When João walked through the village, the penguin followed closely, ignoring everyone else. If João stopped, Dindim stopped. If João laughed, Dindim made soft sounds in response. They shared meals. João cleaned fish. Dindim waited patiently. The penguin refused food from others and accepted it only from João. It wasn't training, it was choice. João spoke to him often, about memories, about silence, about days that felt long. Dindim listened, without interrupting, without understanding words, but with complete attention. That attention changed João. He was no longer alone while speaking. Sometimes João rested on a chair, and Dindim stood guard nearby. If João went out of sight, the penguin became uneasy, searching until he returned. When João came back, Dindim calmed instantly, as if balance had been restored. They were not owner and animal. They were not rescuer and rescued. They were companions. After months together, Dindim left again. João didn't stop him. He understood that love does not mean possession. And yet, every year, Dindim returned, always to João, always to the same place, always with the same certainty. Watching them, I learned something rare. Bonding and friendship isn't built through words or promises. It's built through presence, through routine, through choosing each other, again and again. A fisherman once helped a stranger. A penguin turned that help into loyalty. And together they showed that connection does not belong to one species alone. It belongs to anyone willing to stay.